So obviously there's been a lot of high-profile mass shootings this year, and I just want to talk about those a little bit. For several decades now, I think ever since about the 60s, about 100 people per year have been killed in mass shootings, mass public shootings in the United States. Um, Now there's the big gun control debate going on right now, and people are saying, oh, it's not about guns, you have to get people into mental health programs and whatnot. Uh, I want to say that I don't think gun control or mental health services will prevent these things. It's a very uncomfortable thought for most people, but you cannot possibly do anything to stop these things. And it's an incredibly difficult thing to predict when it's going to happen. It's difficult to take the means away from the people committing the crimes, take the means of their committing them away. Um, and to put it in perspective, though, I mean, they obviously what happened in Connecticut is a tragedy, and it's horrifying. But to put it into perspective, about 100 people die in these mass shootings per year. Only about 50 people per year die in the United States of getting struck by lightning. It's such an incredibly rare occurrence and impossible to deal with that there's really nothing you can do about it, and statistically, it will never happen to you. You're only twice as likely to be in a mass shooting as you are to get struck by lightning and killed by lightning. It's that rare. And the solutions being proposed, I think, are kind of insane. I also want to say that on the gun control issue, should gun control, be put in effect in the way that most people want to, it's important to remember that the most horrific school shooting or school mass killing to have ever happened was not not committed using firearms. This is the Bath school disaster. You can find it on Wikipedia. I'll put the link in the description. It happened May 18th, 1927, and it ended up killing 38 elementary school teachers, 38 elementary school children, 2 teachers, and 4 other adults, and at least 58 people were injured. The guy who committed this was the administrator of the school. He first killed his wife in his home, and then committed suicide. He detonated a bomb inside the school, killing a bunch of children. That was done by a timer. He had been putting explosives all over the school for a matter of months. This was like very, very premeditated. And when the fire department showed up, and kids and adults were running around everywhere, he drove his car into the middle of them and detonated a car bomb. And his car was filled with shrapnel, and he killed a bunch of people that way. I think he used TNT at the time, but it's important to remember that, and you look at something like the Oklahoma City bombing, these are made from materials that are not illegal. Now, obviously, they watch, like, if you're buying out of the blue 500 tons of, nitrous fertilizer, like the authorities watch that more closely now, but building explosives is incredibly easy to do. So assuming that gun control somehow got implemented in the United States and that it worked, that it physically removed the weapons from the hands of the criminals, it would be impossible to stop them from committing mass murders, because you can just make a bomb. Bombs are easy to make. They're made from household chemicals. You can just take shrapnel like nails, anything. I mean, I'm probably ended up on some kind of a watch list for this. I'm not doing any of this. I'm just saying that this is something that you can't stop. And most people, they want solutions so badly that they're willing to do anything, even if it's not going to have an actual effect, just so that they can feel better. And that's ridiculous. So, start the reactor.